townspeople depend on me. No time to talk, I'm afraid. I'm a busy man.
Have you come to release me from this jail? Who are you? Aha! Then we are presented with 3 options. Either the law of our world that allows only one Arisen has been upended, or Jesus Arisen is false, or you are lying to me. Have you proof that you are Arisen, as you say? Ah, they say the Arisen's breast bears a wound akin to the dragon's claw. By that mark, 'twould seem 'tis true. This reminds me of a happening 148 years ago. During the reign of Regent Alphonse, a man named Crusoe appeared and claimed to be Arisen. He went before the people, insisting that he, and not Regent Alphonse, was the true Arisen, the one fit to lead them as their ruler. And what befell him, you ask? Ha! Crusoe was discovered to be a liar, whereupon his head was liberated from his shoulders on the spot. Aye, I dare say your arrival portends another beheading, but whose will it be, Escape? But why? Here, I spend my days perusing the code and deciphering old texts. I can devote all my time to my own interests. And I need not turn my ear to Deesa's absurd demands. 'Tis a paradise to me, this cell. That said, if you know of a place with a mountain of tomes I could delve into, I might rethink the matter. Tell me, does that ring any bells? Oh, to think such a place existed. How very curious. Guide me outside, then. If you can deliver me from this pit, I ought to be able to find the rest of the way on my own. Come along. Come along.
Let them talk. I'm too old to care.
My apologies for the wait. We grew further apart than I'd anticipated.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
Guide me outside. You can deliver.
It's quiet about. always sets me to think.
Aye, this should be far enough. My thanks. If you truly are arisen, then I swear to someday repay this debt I owe. Words may be wind, but there's naught else I can offer you at present. Mayhap the knowledge I've gained reading tomes of Eld could be of some use to you.
I'm near enough of wasting this.
Always sets me to thinking. This
Might we not complete our delivery while we're here?
We ought to make the delivery now, lest it should end up lost or misplaced.
Right you are.
Always another errand to see to. This place is very dreary.
At least here I can let down my hair.
As soon as my shift's done, I'm off to the tavern.
This might contain useful information.
Shall we take a closer look?
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time. Mayhap the one we're here to meet intends to arrive at a different time of day.
The current hour ill suits our progress. Let us visit an inn or make camp, and set out again later.
Peruse at your leisure.
Nothing wrong with being craven.
Well met, sir.
Craven
Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
What's to do?
Where was I headed?
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment to speak?
Well met, sir.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. It seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. Mayhap it would be prudent to visit the man on occasion. And now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take... There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be... This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crown flowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermont. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that Your Majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into the... I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign, there is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen... For some time now, 'twas said that the false sovereign was recovering from his... And so, in honor of his supposed valor, the false sovereign's identity is still beyond our ken. But mayhap approaching the false sovereign at one of these gatherings could afford... What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this? My thanks. Some of the sentries posted at the masquerades are under my command. Once your infiltration is successful, you will need only don a mask. Here. This should take care, Your Majesty. There is one other thing. Masquerades being as they are, much is made of appearances at such gatherings, and 'twould be one...
Fine wares all.
Very dull. Come rain or shine, I'll make the best of it.
I sense eyes upon us. A crime committed here will see one confined to jail.
I've heard that jailers are paid a pittance, despite the hardships of their work.
Then a bribe might avail us, should the time come.
You!
I'm sure I can handle this.
This looks like trouble. All this patrolling does a number on my
What I can do for you?
Then I've got to work if I'm to put the rest of the
What delights might there be to find in town today?
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
You!
Say, have I seen you around? Not sure what they expect. I'm no cook, am I?
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Pity me, do you? What's to be done about this?
Hoy, friend! Have any time for me today? I dare say we're there's something I've come to understand during my stolen. Every last resident in this city is wholeheartedly devoted to living out their lives, for it made me painfully aware of my own position. Can I want to live a life I can proudly call? I tire of enduring my mother's coddling, and of looking at this box. 'Tis proof that I am not my mother's servant to be willed about as she pleases. 'Tis something I obtained of my own will, though it came to me through you, of course. Pray, take this with my thanks. 'Tis quite a rarity, as I hear it. I hope 'tis to your liking. Now, I'd best be off. I may not be able to wander the city again for some time. Thus, I cannot say when next we'll see each other, though I feel sure we shall in time. Till then, take care, friend.
That was quite a gift. I hope that procuring it was not a burden upon the lad.
Indeed, you are correct.
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale... entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat.
You!
My. I'm trapped like a rat in a cage. This Arisen's both shrewd and fleet of foot. What? Can't you think of a reason? Let's just say there are some who don't want you wandering about as you please. I was to report on your comings and goings, you see, but I suppose that job's over. So, how about it, friend? Will you let me go? Aye. You'll have your coin. That's how this works, isn't it? Glad we understand it.
We allowed the agent to flee. I cannot help but wonder whether 'twas the right choice.
Well now, I'm not sure.
I'll feel a sight better once I've had my dinner.
I'm always doing about a dozen things at once.
Idleness is a luxury. Now seems a fine time to sort through your belongings, Master.
Lessening our load will help to keep us light on our feet.
Sort of import ever happens here.
What should I do?
I'm ill at ease.
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet e'er since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel. But you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only, however, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray bring my son back to health.
I will look after him.
Ne'er in my wildest dreams could I have imagined.
That woman's taking advantage of us, she is. She knows full...
Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, forgive me. You're not a patient, are you? 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as... I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patient. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself. I am grateful beyond words, sir. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humors, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping. Your aid is most appreciated, sir. Yes, sir. Ah, forgive me. If that's not the case, you are...
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Do not approach me.
With the aid of Sir Kendrick and his helper in locating certain documents, I believe I finally grasped the true nature of this place. 'Twas a royal library that was sealed off by a sovereign of some generations past. In a bid to pass the throne on to his own descendants, this sovereign attempted to consign our kingdom's histories to oblivion. Alas, 'twould seem that, no matter the age, the avarice, yet 'tis clear it serves them not. Almost laughably so. What can we learn from this? Those who make light of history are doomed to be crushed. Fine timing, sir. My time in that tenebrous jail has only hastened the deterioration of my eyesight. I stare at the page, but the letters stubbornly refuse to take shape. Alas, they were confiscated at the time of my imprisonment. As I recall, prisoners' possessions are held within the palace storeroom, though, as I hear it, masquerades are being held of late. Masquerades with a great many attendees, if you catch. Should you happen to enter the venue, mayhap, what say you? Would you consider doing an old... I am in your debt with those spectacles. Pray, infiltrate the venue and find the storeroom. You...
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
It's been a hard day. I've somewhere to be.
Ne'er in my wildest dreams could I have imagined 'twould be the magistrate you called here. Not that
I know. It's a secret, right?
There's no hope left for me.
If I could, I'd never
Days like this
Why is everyone always in such a hurry?
His bones can't keep up.
At least I have my one. That's something.
I swear I've never slept better.
How can I get more customers to
Another
shop
area
here?
to see to.
We've done. Time to go.
I'll have nightmares if I let myself worry.
Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall speak of riddles and monsters with frightful mystique. In the north of Vermund is our curious tale staged, where ventured a hero off the page. He delved into a temple of baleful feature, only to be confronted by a four-legged creature. But when our hero drew his blade, unto him a demand was made. And who the asker? Why, the beast! An uncanny affair, to say the least. Yet there was no time for shock and dismay, as "Answer my riddle," did the fearsome thing say. The trickery was clear. To respond meant certain doom. But in the midst of his answer, he'd doubtless be consumed. So a mighty attack did our hero dispense, to conquer his foe and banish it thence.
Hail, friend. How fare you? 'Tis not long now ere I am to undertake the trial of archery. I thought it only right to tell you that. I was also rather hoping you would consider attending. But the path to the arbor is not easily found. There is a log bridge near the ruins where I train. I'll await you on the other side. Come find me when you are ready to make for the sacred arbor, the village.
Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
Much appreciated.
Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent with powers most fell. Our hero ventured into a shrine.
I've more time than I know how to spend.
There's comfort in the humdrum thing,
Still waiting on that report.
We shall await you here, Master.
I'll not tolerate your presence a moment.
I'm not sure what's best.
Is there aught you require?
Narrowing and engaging tales.
Does life have
There's
meaning?
ought to be said.
Or is aught we do in
peace
vain?
and quiet.
Can't complain, mate.
I'd sooner stay out of battle, where it possible. I only pray my watch finishes.
Make yourself scarce now.
You're the last person I'd waste my time.
Perchance you've heard. The coronation is soon to be held, it seems. The so-
Beg pardon, sir, but I'm on duty at present.
When does my watch end? Would that all my days are so couldn't hurt.
tis grows ere longer.
Compares to a real bow.
Fine place to sit and gather one's thoughts.
Someone comes looking for a fight, I won't say no.
Court full of nobles.
Even the best of us
noble
has its
hearts.
limits, I suppose.
My legs are as lead.
Nary a gentle scratch on my arms and
Some of us get complacent.
What business have you here? What business ha- Got to keep moving.
I have been waiting for you, Arisen.
Those new recruits could barely lift their swords.
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
Prayer's a waste of time. No one's listening.
Silence.
Life is full of chances to further refine oneself.
I'm in no hurry to leave.
Such quiet.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
I must be vigilant. Townspeople depend on me. I'll be done. I've been a day out of battle, where it possible.
Trading and ne'er put gold in my pocket.
I'd sooner stay out of battle, were it possible. Dull days for us are a sign that all is well. Would that all my days were so tranquil. I only pray my watch finishes without it. Just about anywhere.
Happiness is a full schedule.
But not at the expense of my duty.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you sooner. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I'd simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish to involve themselves with me. But that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the... Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers. Have you seen him?
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brandt if I discover aught you should know. I'll head out first and speak with the sentinels.
Sven, where have you been, Your Grace?
Forgive me. I couldn't sleep. I thought a stroll might clear my head.
Prithee, inform us when you leave. If aught was to happen to you.
God focus. My head will roll if aught goes awry.
rest of us has his limits.
I regret to inform you that there is no masquerade scheduled for today. I regret to inform you.
A certain standing is required to be here.
Back to it, I suppose.
A fine place to sit and gather one.
I've more fun than I know how to spend.
All this hustle and bustle for survival.
Look, as long as you wait.
I'll have an early supper.
Wonder if anyone would notice if I mistraining.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your magic. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter. And from Batal, note, this alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Deeza's scheme. To think, Deeza's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Deeza is the doting. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Deeza's focus, you have done well, Your Majesty.
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phaser's fellow. But what precisely is their aim?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim. Masquerades being as they are, you will require suitable much is made of appearances at such gatherings. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Do not forget that we work to...
That's not bad.
Today.
My body's not forgiving me for last night.
Fancy a look at my wares?
No shame in letting down your hair now. We need to replenish my stock.
Come take a look. You be glad you did.
Always a pleasure.
I cannot wait to put this new equipment to use.
What margin will it improve our performance in battle, I wonder?
While you're here, eh? Might as well take a look while you're... Here, eh? Many thanks. Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
Must remember to dust the shelves.
Can't help but see a turncoat everywhere.
Now this is a bridge one can cross without fear.
It must be very old. I wonder when it was built.
Have we purchased all that we require? We ought to review the contents of our packs, just to be sure.
Goblins, Master!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
You have my protection. That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Well done! Yon chest lies just beyond our reach.
Harpies, Master!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use...
You have my protection. When tarred, be sure to avoid open flame.
Battle is to be avoided, I take it, Arisen. The battle continues. Cannot let down our guard even for a moment. Let it slip away from us.
Yeah, of course. I see it now. Focus your strength, Arisen. The Arisen has been drenched.
We should be able to move this boulder with our combined might.
Would anyone care to push?
This party is fit for adventure. Our strengths complement each other well.
Capable comrades are a boon indeed.
Right you are. just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location? Allow me to lead the way. I can take you to our destination by the optimum route. We have arrived.
We've got goblins! We have no means of exploiting our enemies.